does fat and obesity mean to you?
I'm not sure, but in my opinion, obesity is a medical term that applies to somebody that's overweight and it's affecting their health. And overweight is somebody who isn't necessarily medically at risk, however, is larger than the average size person.
And you?
Okay, well, when I think of someone who's overweight, I think of somebody who's like, like pudgy, like a little bit bigger. But when I think of someone obese, I think of someone larger on a larger scale and like more obese, not more obese, more overweight.
And you?
Well, I would say that there's a certain limit to how big a person can be. Overweight, okay, you've got a couple extra pounds. It's not killing you, but then there's obese, and you got a little too much, and it's at a point that it's unhealthy.
And you? I feel like overweight is just a little bit over what you should be, and obesity is a lot over what you should be at, and obese is more of a medical term. Alright, so what's your definition of overweight versus your definition of obese?
Well, obese to me means you are physically impaired and doing physical activities like basketball or sports. But I am technically obese because I'm always in the 98th percentile, but I just consider myself a little bit overweight. But that's always how I've been.
Tends to either be shy because they're insecure or very authoritative because they're bigger than most people. Obese to me is a disease, whereas overweight is a phase.
From a non-medical standpoint, I see it as someone who is fat, may have some extra pounds, but their body can still function in everyday life. Obesity is when those so many pounds start to affect daily life and functioning, making your body unhealthy.
Fat is what you see yourself as, and obese is a
Being fat is being heavier than you're supposed to be. Obesity is a disease.
Overweight is a little extra fat on your body. Being obese is a health issue and starts to affect the way you live.
That is a description of how someone looks, but I think being obese is more of a health diagnosis. I don't think it's nice to call anyone fat or obese unless they're a doctor. It's mean to characterize anyone by their weight.
What is obese?
Sickness.
Diagnosis.
Too much weight?
Reality television.
Health problems.
Unhealthy?
Medical problems.
Not functional.
Lazy? What is fat?
Higher BMI.
Chunky? Chubby? Thick? Big bone? Built?
A little extra weight.
Poor diet?
Unattractive. Diagnosis.
What does fat and obesity mean to you?
Fat is what you see yourself as, and obese.
Yeah, but
You can delete that.
you can go whenever you're ready.
Okay. Being fat is being heavier than you're supposed to be. Obesity is a disease. Like, do you smile at the end? Like, is that like...
That is a description of how
People complain about being fat. I mean, what if somebody wants to slice your throat? Ha ha! Try finding it now, sucker!